My name is Brendan. I teach English in IBAT. So it involves grammar, listening skills, reading, vocabulary, speaking classes. Then at 15, I began teaching at kids' church. Then when I was 16, I did a course called Peer Education, where I went on a course and learned about bullying, substance abuse, and substance misuse. And then I returned to my secondary school and I relayed what I'd learned to the first year students. And then I went to local primary schools and taught them the same. On the final day of that in the primary school, the children all pulled together and bought me a tin of Cadbury's Roses. And I was overwhelmed by their appreciation and the enjoyment that I'd had doing the job. And I said, this is something I could do long term. So after I finished my master's, I went to a primary and secondary school. I volunteered there for a year. And then afterwards, the principal arranged for me to enter the TEFL industry by getting a TEFL certificate. And I've been teaching English as a foreign language ever since. I love knowledge and I love wisdom in all their forms. I love absorbing them, I love processing them. I love toying with them and then find myself in a situation where I have to implement them and see if they measure up. Sometimes someone comes into your classroom and just from the get-go you realize, okay, there's something really, really unique about this student. They're going places. And even to play a minimal role for 3 hours a day and that benefits them and helps them on their journey of life is so rewarding. Every student has a different reason. I mean, some students will join an English school simply because they don't speak a word of English, but their children are in English speaking school, and they have to speak English to help their children with their homework. For so many students, they maybe want to return to their home country long term, but they just need to have a certain level of English in order to do well and flourish in that capacity. Sometimes students are young and they say, you know what, if I don't do it now, I never will. Sometimes students are older and maybe there were situations in their previous countries like war or terrorism or change in the political system that they didn't feel married with them personally, and they were just looking for a life change. Once they get over the horror of the Irish accent and all of its glory and terror, they seem to absorb it pretty well, actually, and really amalgamate with the culture. They love Dicey's, a local club. They love the pubs, they love the atmosphere. They usually complain about the weather. Sometimes as a few of them quite like it. They love exploring, actually, when they've got the time. They love going to Bray or Greystones, or to Newgrange, or maybe out west. And when they learn a bit about the culture or the history, or they get to see maybe more historical places, it definitely deepens their appreciation for the country. I do like working in IBAT. I've made some very good friends there. And even the students, they really are wonderful. And managerially, it's great. We have wonderful directors of studies and assistant director of studies in our respective campuses who really love the teachers, value them, and again, try to make the workplace as accommodating as possible.